on YouTube because, you know, the guy that has 6,400 following can't be seen. They have completely shut down my ability to be seen and heard. Why? It must be because I'm wrong and just saying crazy things, right? That's how the system works. The system prevents people from saying crazy things, especially if they're not 100% true, right? Because, you know, there's no God talk allowed anywhere, right? I am so fucking tired of this, and I'm proud. I am proud of my anti-Semitism. And then when we came to St. Jude, everything changed. Fiercely proud of it. You know, I challenge anybody to challenge my anti-Semitism. And I'm sick of it. I'm seeing it throughout the news cycle. You know, I'm going through the news like I always do. And the Semitism is everywhere. What's crazy is you know, the other day I looked up the history of it, well, anti-Semitism, and just I tried to figure out its origins and like how it's presented to us. And it's really strange because just like on here where Brian Mullen and Arete engineers absolutely responded to my videos, it really does seem like the system itself is responding to my efforts. Not only am I being censored, but they're literally changing the definition. They're changing how words are spelled. Something went wrong. Tap to retry. That's interesting. What do you think is happening on my feed that makes this happen like this? How do you think this works? She died. Yep, the girl that died. Yay, aren't you guys happy to hear about the girl dying while you're watching your morning stuff? The little girl died of cancer. Ah, yay. Oh, what a great story. You know, I challenge any Jewish person out there. Like, if I'm, you know, you can accuse me of anything you want, and let's test to see who knows more about anti-Semitism, you or me. Same thing. Any biblical people, anything. If you think you know more about it than I do, let's have at it. Let me hear from you. But as I say, I'm proud to be anti-supremacy. I don't support supremacy on any level. You know, I think any group that thinks they're supreme, they're supreme, they deserve favor over everybody else is fucking insane. And like I say, it seems like my efforts are really paying, you know, well, they're not paying off, but they're having an effect on things. The fact that it was January of 2020 that I decided that I was going to start focusing on Israel, and you know, and you know, everything else would be secondary. And it was 2021 when they literally like this is all of 2020 and even prior to 2020, but not as much. But throughout 2020, I was begging anyone that would listen to go look up the definition of the word. Wrote multiple songs that explain the difference between Semitism and anti-Semitism, that explain the difference between anti-Semitism and anti-Semitic. And it's interesting how in 2021, you have this argument that they need to change the spelling of anti-Semitism from anti-capital S Semitism to just one lowercase word. And it's funny because imagine if I would have tried to, 5 years ago, told Jews that anti-Semitism needs to be changed and Semitism shouldn't be capitalized. They'd have lost their shit. But you have these experts saying, anti-Semitism with a hyphen connotates that there's an entity of Semitism that anti-Semitism is opposed to, which is initially how the whole thing came up. That's how anti-Semitism came to being. Is people saying, look, this Semitism that exists everywhere, we're not for it. We're against it. We are anti-Semitism. Semitism meaning you believe in or practice showing Jews favor. The Jews are the bad guys. They are the bad guys. It's not it's not a secret. Think about, like I said, think about everything that exists, all the belief structures, whether it's the racist belief structures, or it's the sexist belief structures, or it's the homophobic belief structures, whatever it is, where does that shit come from? It comes from TV. It comes from Hollywood. Hollywood is who told us women should talk like this and be really stupid. Who would ever even find that attractive? Why? I don't care what she looks like. If I can't have a conversation with her because she's that dumb, it wouldn't work. It's just, I wouldn't be interested. But you look at that whole narrative, and I've never actually met, I've met some dumb broads in my day, but none like that. None of those Marilyn Monroe type, airhead, never met those.
She was about as close.
Yeah, but still, she had street smarts. She was, And I'm sure by now she's a completely different person. She was 15 or 16, But that's somebody that's been influenced by TV. And when you look at who decided that people of color weren't going to be allowed to be on TV and white people had to, the Hal Jolsons of the world would exist. Who made that law? Who decided that? You think it was the blacks themselves that were like, no, we don't want to be on your movies? Christians didn't run Hollywood. Jews ran Hollywood. Jews have always run Hollywood. So everything that all the negatives that exist, they can get traced back to the Jews. They're the ones that fostered all of this. Can you imagine if for the last 100 years plus of Hollywood, that it would have been all inclusive? There wouldn't have been all the stereotypes created. I don't want to work. Remember that cartoon I showed you? I sure don't want to work today. I sure am feeling lazy. All of that crazy nonsense. If that never existed, if white people who never saw black people in real life only saw them on TV as these, good, studious people, do you think that would affect the perception white people have of black people? It's all fucking crazy, man. And it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating to be this open, this flagrant in my opposition, that I am willing to be the bad guy. I am willing to to have anybody come in and tell me what I'm wrong about and make me look stupid. I'm all for it. And I can't find it. Apparently, I have the one Israeli troll that's always watching. I don't know who's watching. They don't identify. But that's it. That's all I'm ever allowed anymore. Couple of Israeli trolls. You know, and you can't speak openly about any of this shit because it's you know, it used to be that I'd get in trouble for it. Now they just stop me from saying it. I can't I wonder how many people since October 7th have tried to find my page and haven't been able to. Since that thing that happened that I told everybody was going to happen happened, and you know, it was just earlier than I thought. I mean, it's as ridiculous as being live for 11 minutes and having one viewer. It's all just ridiculous.